Now recording.
Oh, Jesus, Craig!
Yeah, Craig's a
Well,
little loud.
Craig's a friend, and I'll thank you to remember that.
Craig sounds like he's about to open like a trap remix of this podcast. So he's like, now recording.
Craig is an optimist that every podcast is being recorded.
Yeah.
It might be a live recording of a trap remix. Hey, welcome to the Big Match Minute with me, Diet Coke.
And me, Lilith, and hey, Diet Coke, we got an extra, another person here today.
That's correct.
We got a guest.
We do. Our first guest?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we've never done the whole guest thing. We've got Scotty Moe here.
You've put so much pressure on me now. You're like, this is the first one. He better knock it out of the park, or else no one's allowed on the show ever again.
Well, I did also suggest doubt that you were the first one, which I think kind of breaks the bid and announces that it's not a huge deal.
Listen, for something to be a huge deal for Diet Coke, she would have to remember like the consequences of anything ever happening. But let me put a little more pressure on you. Future world record holder Scotty.
Oh God.
Why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm a future world record holder, Scotty.
Yeah.
That's it. I did it. There's the intro.
Why don't you tell us a little? I'm actually because I kind of love your quest to break a world record. Tell us a little bit about your future world record.
Well, firstly, Guinness does not acknowledge this, but I do possess the world record currently for longest running pro wrestling audio drama because I've got the only one,
right.
So technically I have still set the world record for that. But then I'm also trying to set the world record for most appearances on a podcast in a single year. So I think I'm up to like 300 right now.
Oh, wow.
So,
Wow. That's
it's a lot.
That's a lot. Now, I've been curious. I'm sorry. We'll get to the minute in a second. Do you like? Is there an extant record for this?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I was like, I had to pay Guinness $5 and in a Pepsi to even consider me doing this.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, welcome to the show.
I tell you, I did when Lily told me about you and what you're doing, I did for a second think to myself, what if I try to steal the record out from under this person? But I quickly shook away that thought because I don't want to do that.
I think you would hate doing that.
I did a guest spot once where like one of the guys did a daily show, and so throughout the whole time he was just like, I could just break your record very easily, and I was like, and not like a joking way, like he was serious, like I'm gonna take you down. And I'm like, no.
Oh my God. That's yeah. I can't even imagine. I'm on like I record maybe 2 podcasts a week maximum. Sometimes I've gotten up to 3 and I can't.
Yeah.
You put out like 7 a week, right? Like
yeah, I put out like 7 shows a week. I do like I said, my own pro wrestling show. I do a wrestling news show. I am the current and only author of the Harry Potter franchise because that's another podcast I'm doing.
Okay. Well, that's wild. Let's get into this wild minute.
Yeah.
It's a solid minute.
Yeah,
too.
I would like to say my classic catchphrase from another show of mine. It's a good minute. Or this is a good minute. I fucked up my own catchphrase.
Yeah, you fucked up your own fucking catchphrase.
Which is just, this is a good minute. Like, how hard is that? Damn it. Damn it, Diet Coke.
It's a good minute. It's a turning point. And,
Yeah.
It's a very emotional minute.
Yeah, because we've been covering this. We've had a lot of silliness up to here.
It's been a lot of silly business.
Which is great. These
No,
are two
I'm here to
people
put an end to silly business.
I don't. Here's the thing. The silly business ain't over. But I would say that it makes a prominent appearance very early in this.
I meant silly business in our coverage of the minute. No more silly business on this podcast is what I'm saying.
Okay. So this is a serious breakdown of the Firefly Funhouse.
This is a critical analysis.
An academic.
Yeah, to text.
Cool.
So have you guys discussed the fact that John Cena looks like a living raisin at some point during this whole thing?
That's not the words we've used, but we've definitely
we've talked about why does he look like that?
Yeah. If you scroll up in the Discord that we record this in, you'll see a very choice screenshot that we took.
Looks like a California raisin.
Yeah, it's just seeing him recontextualized in his old outfits really underscores how fucking old he looks right now.
You know what?
It's like when a rock star like quits doing heroin and finds Jesus, but they still look like a lizard. Like that's what John Cena is now.
Well, what's striking me right now is I would say, because I with all due respect, I don't think he looks like a living raisin, but it did force me to consider what I do think he looks like, and what I think he looks like, it just looks like he's aging not in the way that humans do, he's aging in the way that animatronic puppets do.
Oh snap! That all ties in. He is in the funhouse now. He's one of the puppets.
He's one of the puppets. Yeah.
Oh my god.
John Cena's been working on this part in this match for 20 years now by just aging that way.
Oh my god.
Let's get into the context of the minute. I feel like we've been vamping to avoid the first line.
Let's face it, this is a great minute, but no one wants to say the first line.
I'll say.
John Cena did, but we don't.
Hold on. But before we even get to the line, can we discuss, like, this is a turning point for Bray, which we've already said, but this is where he's no longer Firefly Funhouse Bray. He's no longer the Fiend. He's no longer Swamp. This is just the dude, Bray Wyatt, in the ring. And like the first second, you just see him looking at the crowd like, this is what I have to deal with, I guess.
He's this isn't Bray talking to John. This is Wyndham Rotunda III talking to still John, if you will.
To Felix Cena.
Yeah. I mean the last line of the last minute, which is I think what really gives us that reaction, was a very fat-phobic joke that John Cena made. And so I can definitely understand that Bray Wyatt is a little bit crestfallen. But
surely John couldn't say anything worse.
Surely. And then in the opening of this minute, he says, Bray, I got a great idea for your puppet show. Put my junk in a glove. You can call it Mr. Suck It, bro.
What a stupid fucking line.
It's so bad that they put children booing there, like as a little sound clip.
Why is it wearing a glove? Why do you put a glove on a dick before you suck it?
Well, because that's what makes it a puppet.
I guess you can put a condom on it. Then you're having safe, responsible sex, and it's also, in a way, a puppet.
Oh my god!
Do you think that anytime someone wears a condom on their penis, it becomes a puppet?
Oh,
I will say that several sexual partners of mine have complained about the 15-minute variety hour that I use as foreplay.
You do a quick round of Punch and Judy before sex.
As the condom gets rolled over, you just hear la 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 la. Oh, no, swirl.
I think it's good. It's good to sneak in a quick fable before any, before any sexual activity takes place, because it keeps your morals grounded.
Yeah, and if you're not learning something, like spiritually, every time you have sex, like why even do it?
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
This is maybe the craziest tangent we've ever gone on this podcast, and yet we're still like pretty closely related to the thing that was in the actual minute.
Yeah.
I'm just still fixated on how bad, like, because when I remember watching this live and thinking, okay, suck and blow, perhaps that would be kind of clever and all sound like a weird puppet name. No, he just says suck it, bro. Like, it's like halfway through the insult, he was like, I got nothing for fuck it, suck it, bro. That's all I've got. That's all I've got.
I think you're being generous to Mr. Cena. I think he started with suck it, bro, and worked backwards from there.
No. And let me say this. He said Mr. Suck It, bro. Why not change the glove to a sock and do like a Mr. Socko thing?
No, but I prefer this idea of John Cena sitting there like Shakespeare, his fucking like quill in his hand, ink covering his knuckles as he's sitting there and he writes "suck it, bro," and it's like, oh, how shall I get out of this riddle? Perhaps if he put my junk into a glove, and it would then become a puppet.
Also, but also, sorry, to circle back to what Lily said about the sock, it would be a Mr. Socko thing, and also, like, it's like you get, like, a fun bonus jerk-off joke, because people jerk off into socks sometimes.
Yeah, and he had the whole thing with the Red Hot Chili Peppers, where they all put their dicks in socks.
Yeah, put it in a sock, you know?
Yeah.
All I can think is, like, this had to have been on purpose, because, like, Bray looked at him like, John, you can't actually do good lines during this. You have to be really bad, because that's the point.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some of this feels like such real John Cena, such real 2002 John Cena. I don't know. Now, I know we belabored that first line because it is bad.
It deserved it.
The second line, I would almost say, is worse. You've been a disappointment since they brought you to the dance. Yeah. You're a slut for opportunity. You've been blowing every chance.
Oh, so that's why he couldn't say suck and blow, is because he had to save it for the next line. And then I believe we get children booing again.
I think then he we might get more children booing, but I know right after he says bruh and then proudly displays his knuckle dusters.
I think actually, because the first time I heard it, it almost sounded like just a mysterious wind blowing in the air, like a ghost was summoned by John Cena. But no, I listened. I think he says run, like at the end of old Bray Wyatt promos. So he's like, run.
Oh my God.
Or he summoned a ghost, which either one you want.
He does say run. It totally sounds like he's saying run. Holy shit.
So, just break down the misogyny of that fucking line real quick.
Oh my God, it's so bad, and I mean, like
that's the point, I guess. The point is it's supposed to be bad and misogynistic and showing all of the negative traits of John Cena, but also we had to hear it with our human ears.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to reopen any old wounds, and I know we said we wouldn't talk about this, but this is why I said the thing that I said about 2002 era John Cena in a previous episode.
You know what, Diet Coke. I think I've come around. I think the subsequent minutes have made me think like, 2002 John Cena just kind of sucked.
Yeah.
I will say I will still stand up for debuting Ruthless Aggression John Cena. because I thought he was kind of cute, but I'll give you 2002 Dr. Thugonomics John Cena. He kind of sucked.
He was kind of a shitty dude.
Yeah. Now,
and then the Marine happened, and the world changed forever.
He learned a lot about, respect, hustle. He learned a lot about hustling, about loyalty, and about respect when he studied the Marines.
It's the first thing they teach you in Marine school is how to hustle, how to have loyalty, and how to respect.
Yeah. And that's why they couldn't go with their first stringer option for the Marine. Randy Orton just can't hack it in Marine school.
Hustle maybe, but certainly not loyalty or respect.
Randy Orton and loyalty. That is Oh God. So then we get some sad piano music. And this is where that shift happens, and it's almost the exact like halfway point of the minute.
Well, in all art, about the halfway point is when you want to have your hero's darkest moment. And this is the darkest moment for both of these men.
Yeah. I would say a dark moment in both of their careers were those last couple lines. Chances. How dare you talk to me about chances, John Cena? And this is of course Bray speaking, and I
what if it was though? What if it was just John going fucking nuts?
John
forgets who he is for a second.
Yeah,
he thinks he's Bray.
they just like Bray just like John, it's my turn on the script. You're reading my lines.
And can I say, old Rotunda giving the performance of a fucking lifetime right now.
God,
yeah, I gotta change the rules for the Oscars to nominate Bray for this.
I've talked about this on this show a million times, but part of the reason why I love this match, part of the reason I wanted to do, we practically fucking invented this podcast to talk about this match.
Yeah.
But I love long-term storytelling in pro wrestling. And this is, they're going into, obviously, John Cena's got his old gimmicks and everything like that, but like they're going into like, in kayfabe, yes, Bray Wyatt, the character, has goofed up just about every chance he's gotten. Anytime he started to claw towards the top, his character couldn't put it away. He couldn't back it up in the ring, whatever it was. But he the next line, I've had to earn everything I've been given in life, and they're still taken from me, which I think we kind of blend. This is, this whole match is kind of a blending of kayfabe and reality, and he's earned. He came up with all these great these great characters, these great ideas, these great storylines. So much of what you hear about like the good Bray Wyatt has been reportedly from the mind of Wyndham Rotunda, and they but then the booking, the way that they treat the character, the way that the other, everything else, it's taken from him.
Oh, no. I was at WrestleMania when all them ding dang bugs got on the fucking ring and then Randy Orton pinned him.
Oh, the bugs in the ring. Diet Coke.
Thank you.
Did you see the Randy Orton bugs in the ring match?
I don't think I did.
Yeah. That was that was when they were running the whole storyline where Randy Orton joined the Wyatt family and then betrayed the Wyatt family and kind of broke up the Wyatt family.
And then set his house on fire, but it's okay. It's back now.
It's kind of back. Yeah.
That was all in that window where I wasn't watching wrestling. I've never heard of any of this before.
Yeah. One of my favorite details of the Firefly Funhouse is that Bray Wyatt has that like art therapy painting of his house burning down. I've always really loved that. But anyway.
But yeah, back to long-term storytelling. I do want to say this is my favorite thing of all time, which is where WWE, or in this case, probably Bray, realized, yo, we fucked up like a lot. There were a lot of things. How can we pretend like this was long-term storytelling?
Yeah.
Like we made all these decisions to lead up to this. And I love it because it's basically becomes like this not gashapon, what's the word I'm looking for? This collage of all the bad mistakes coming together and then them just saying, no, it makes sense. Look, really.
Yeah, we we meant to fuck over the Bray character. We meant to turn him into a joke because now he gets to do this thing.
Yeah, we meant to have John Cena run roughshod over the entire company for 10 fucking years for this one match.
Yeah, and Wade Barrett's back on the NXT announce desk, so I'm sure the next step is that we're going to find out that Retribution is secretly the Nexus, and he's going to get his revenge on John Cena.
I'd watch that.
Yeah, I mean, oh god, I'm not watching the current product. I can't stomach it, but
it makes me angry.
Yeah,
because I have to report on it because of the fucking show, and I get angrier with every show I watch.
Yeah. I had SummerSlam on in the background while I was watching something, and I was just like, "This is trash."
Oh, I was in the Thunderdome.
Oh my god.
It sucks. It's so bad. I got banned for vaping.
We have a resident of the Thunderdome on the cast. A former resident, future world record holder, former resident of the Thunderdome.
Yes. I didn't know you could get kicked out for vaping.
I mean,
I'll be honest, I got so upset with the show by the end, I was trying to get kicked out. So I was eating pizza and vape because like they have a thing on the screen that shows you like a normal human body, and they're like, you need to be within the confines of this. So you need to be like standing straight up, looking directly at the camera, all kinds of shit. And I was like, I can't do this for 4 hours. So by the end, I'm leaned back, pizza in one hand, vaping directly into the webcam.
It sounds like an absolutely miserable way to watch wrestling.
Yeah.
It is. It's really bad.
Cause you also like have to be alone too, watching wrestling into a webcam and then like thinking about how you're being perceived on the webcam, but then also not being able to enjoy, like, the fact that you are, quote unquote, surrounded by other fans.
Yeah, you can't hear, because, like, here was their version, because I was like, it'd be nice if we could hear each other, because then we could start up chants, we could cheer.
Yeah.
No, instead, what we got was, I named him, I believe, Shitty Tim, who just came in and was like, hey everybody, Asuka's here. Everyone give it up for Asuka.
This sounds so miserable.
Keep clapping. Please keep clapping.
This sounds like a fucking establishing shot from a dystopian science fiction film.
One of the funniest things I've seen on the Thunderdome was when Big E tried to start the New Day Rocks clap, and you could just see everybody on the cameras doing it absolutely asynchronous, like no synchronization whatsoever. There's nothing satisfying about watching this. It's just everybody just kind of loosely clapping.
Yeah, I got so excited because at the start of the show, literally Kevin Owens came on and was like, hello, people of the Thunderdome. I like you. You're wearing a shirt. That's Kevin Owens. That's nice. Anyways, show's about to start. Have a good time. And I was like, oh, cool. If we got guys that we know coming in. But nope, the journey of Shitty Tim would not be stopped.
Oh, my God. Okay, we gotta get back to the minute because we're still like maybe 2/3 of the way through. You're the golden goose, John. Your chances, they're unlimited. You're untouchable. but you're not a hero, John. You're a bully. And I know I just blew through the rest of the minute there, but like, God damn that performance.
Yes, and I honestly thought he was about to start freestyle rapping back at John when he was like, your style is limitless, this and this. I was like, is he about to fucking go after the Doctor of Thugonomics? But then he played it completely straight and basically laid out the plot of this match, which is every time John Cena thought he was being the hero, he was being a bully. Boom!
And I mean, it's effective. It's good. I fucking love this match.
It's so good.
Damn.
I'm just not thinking about the rest of the match. I'm not gonna lie. That's the one problem you have with this show is the fact that I'm like, I just want to watch the fucking rest of the match.
That's the one problem we have with this show.
I tell you what, you're going for a world record. We record these 2 at a time. We're literally just going to end this and then do 15. Diet Coke, are you cool if I extend the invite?
No. Of course I'm cool.
Okay, hell yeah.
Fuck yeah!
Yes, you're getting a 2 for 1. All right. Diet Coke, Scotty, do you have anything else you want to say about this minute?
You can put my junk in a glove and find it on Twitter at ScottyMo. SCOTTYEMO.
We have a whole plugs joke that we do. We'll get to that.
Put my plugs in a glove.
You know what? Fuck it. That's this week's plug joke.
That's good because we always have trouble thinking of them.
Yeah. They're always terrible. Diet Coke, where can we find you?
You ready for this?
Yeah.
I used to do a podcast called the Official Dunstan Checks In Podcast.
Isn't that a relief?
God, I'm so glad that I finally recorded the last episode. But if you want to see how it all ends, you can go take a listen to that.
That is where you do this minute by minute breakdown.
But for the 1996 ape film, Dunstan Checks In, yes.
That's miserable.
It was a miserable 2 years of podcasting, and I'm glad it's dead. But it's a fun show.
Mm-hmm.
I do another one called Go Go Godzilla. Those are both on the Benview Network. So you can probably figure out what Go Go Godzilla is about.
It's about go-go dancers who dress up like kaiju.
That's true. Yeah, check all that out.
Cool.
And also, if you want to follow me if you want to check me out on Twitch, just go to dietcoke.cool.
Cool. Now, Scotty, you kind of did the plugs joke, but then didn't really get your plugs in there. You want to tell us where on the internet and on what other shows we can find you?
You could find. I already said Twitter, so there's that.
Okay.
And you can find me at aloadofpurebs.com, where you can listen to JWF Ignition, the world's only audio exclusive pro wrestling organization, and you can listen to the mini adventures of Sammy Magic. It's Harry Potter, but if it wasn't written by a shitty turf, and you can find it all at aloadofpurebs.com.
Fantastic. And you can listen to Ghost Puncher Core. It's a tabletop. It's a heavy metal tabletop role-playing podcast that I make. You can find me at twitter.com/deathcarpets. Hey, Diet Coke.
Yeah.
So, it's just the two of us doing this.
Yeah.
And I want to bring in I want to be a good, neighborly podcast host, and I want to bring in our guest on whatever rituals or patterns that we have in kind of the way that we run our show. Now, I've forgotten, don't we usually have some kind of fun sign-off phrase where we end the show in kind of a cool and pithy way?
No.